Ladies and gentlemen, this news in regards to Trevoh Chalobah, it's serious. It just doesn't seem to be going away, and apparently Inter Milan's interested. I don't understand. I don't get why we're trying to sell Trevoh Chalobah. Let's go.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get in on the latest in Chelsea transfer news at the moment. Sam C345 345, someone who seems to have some Chelsea inside knowledge, has come out and said, sources inform me that Chelsea are now pushing the sale of Trevoh Chalobah. The player never requested to leave. Same with Connor Gallagher. The owners want to sell both of them. Talks between Inter and Chelsea for Trevoh are advancing. The key word, there's obviously quite a lot of things that we need to delve into here, but one of the things that we need to focus on is the owners. And there was Alexis Kafkas who commented, when you say owners, you mean directors, right? Winston Lee and Lawrence are in charge, or does Bowley have an input? And Sam C345 comes out and says, nope, I was told owners. So look, I don't get it. I understand the Connor Gallagher situation. Connor Gallagher definitely does not fit Chelsea style, Chelsea structure, Chelsea everything, right? Philosophy. And I can understand that we are trying to let go of Connor Gallagher and then potentially we get Moses Caicedo done straight after that. Connor Gallagher's situation is hot now. I think West Ham absolutely want him and they're probably going to come back with another offer very soon. But Trevoh Chalobah, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely doesn't make sense to me at all at the moment. With Wesley Fofana's injury, long-term injury, potentially out for the season, someone like Trevoh Chalobah, I feel like there is definite value in keeping him around as a rotational piece. He will get starts because every now and then, you might have Thiago Silva taking a bit of rest from cup games and so on and so forth. And someone just off the bench as well, good to have in terms of shoring up the defense later on in the match. I know some of you guys don't rate Trevoh Chalobah. I personally think he's a decent defender. If given consistent game time, I think he can showcase exactly what value he has. But look, nonetheless, it seems like Chelsea's hellbound on letting him go, and the fact that the owners are getting involved, I mean, has it got something to do with still balancing the books? Are we still looking to cash in on some of these Cobham graduates because they are going to be pure profit into the books? We've let go of Mason Mount. We're on the verge of letting go of Connor Gallagher. Trevoh Chalobah's name's getting thrown around. Callum Hudson-Odoi's name is being thrown around. So is that one of the reasons that Cobham graduates will fetch pure profit for the books? So look, I thought after all the sales that we've made, we don't have to now necessarily get rid of players willy-nilly. Like Connor Gallagher, as I said, it makes sense. But Trevoh Chalobah, I could have understood if Wesley Fofana was still fit, but he's not. So we're going to be quite thin. And I don't want to get into a situation where we sell Trevoh Chalobah and we're linked with Mark Geehee, who's worth 50 million, another ex-Cobham graduate. It just doesn't make sense to selling Trevoh Chalobah, bringing in Mark Geehee for 50 million. And Mark Geehee, in my personal opinion, I don't even think at the moment is like extremely better than Trevoh Chalobah. It might be better, but I don't think he's extremely better. And on top of that, Mark Geehee is going to warrant first team starts, and we've got Levi Colwell on top of that as well. Mark Geehee is a left-sided centre back, so we've got Levi Colwell, we've got Buddy Shield. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Then you have the rumor that Trevoh Chalobah potentially might be, linked to Inter Milan. Why are we dealing with this broke club, man? They can't even buy a Happy Meal, let alone buy a particular player. Like these guys, they don't. Honestly, they're going to be dilly-dallying us around. They're going to offer us probably 10 million euros for Chalobah. When honestly, Chalobah in this market, like if players like Harry Maguire and so many other players are going for about 50 million, Trevoh Chalobah is bare minimum 40 million. 40 million. And in the Premier League, he's probably worth 50 million. Can Inter Milan bring us at least 40 million? Because Inter Milan's going to give us some sort of a Mickey Mouse offer for about 10 million or 15 million, 20 million euros, not even pounds, euros. It just doesn't make sense. And then you have Trevoh Chalobah saying that he doesn't, the player never requested to leave. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, ladies and gentlemen, that we're trying to move this guy on. And if we are trying to move this guy on, you best believe we will get a defender. So look, I understand that Thiago Silva and Levi Colwill will be the prime players, the prime defenders, starting on a week-to-week basis. But there is nobody shield as yet. Trevoh Chalobah, we definitely need. If there's one little bit of injury incident from one of those players, then Chalobah becomes the prime player to come through. Unless, what is the plan with Bashir Humphreys? He's not put a foot wrong really in this preseason so far, the 2 games. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know, man. Like this is now serious. Like, we are now seeing this come into the news on a regular basis that Chelsea's looking to sell Chalobah. For me, it seems quite ridiculous that we are looking to do that. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are close to agreeing personal terms with Mohammed Kudus. He'll likely cost 40 million. Look, as I said in the past few videos, this makes sense to me. There is one more spot in the attacking position, which is a central attacking midfielder, perhaps someone who can potentially play up front as a striker on a rotational base. And Mohammed Kudus can do that. Plus, he can play on the left side too. So he can play as a left wing, he can play as a false 9 striker, and he can definitely play as a central attacking midfielder. And at 40 million, I think that is reasonable price. Personal terms apparently is very close to being agreed. This makes far more sense than Michael Olise, who would most likely play on the right side. No disrespect to Michael Olise, I absolutely love Michael Olise, but for me, Madueke, Angelo Gabriel, we're sorted on that right side. So we don't necessarily have to play, Michael Olise, or we have to buy Michael Olise there. It's not a necessity, even though Michael Olise can also play through the middle in terms of central attacking midfielder. He's got that creative nature about him. But Kudus for me absolutely makes sense, and it would also annoy Brighton, because this is one of Brighton's prime targets. So if we can somewhat annoy them with that, why not? I like Mohammed Kudus a lot. I think there is a top player there. But the issue is, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Chelsea target Mohammed Kudus is absent from training for medical reasons. He stayed indoors and received treatment for a minor injury. No problems, minor injury. Some of you guys are a little bit concerned about his injury history. So look, as long as it's minor and he's over all of his past injury issues, Premier League is going to be a difficult league. By the way, I did get his nationality wrong. He's not Senegalese. He's from Ghana. He's Ghanaian. These African brothers, man, they generally fit in like a glove in the Premier League in terms of physicality. They're good in terms of that, and he has to be, because the Premier League is definitely going to be testing his health and his injury history. So yeah, look, I'm quite okay, and if we get this, I think it'll be quite fantastic. I like the player. Let me know in the comment section, who would you prefer, Kudus, Olise, Ryan Cherki? I would like Ryan Cherki, but I don't think Lyon are looking to sell Ryan Cherki. Next up, Michael Olise is another concrete Chelsea target. There is a lot of talk about a 35 million buyout clause. My understanding is that such a clause existed when Olise joined Palace from Reading in 2021, but has since been removed. So look, if that release clause is removed and Crystal Palace starts slapping 50, 60 million pounds on this particular player, no, forget it. We've got a lot of talent on that right side, especially with Angelo Gabriel, who can drift into these central areas and become a sort of like a playmaker. And I know there's a lot of rumors about him leaving out on a loan. I would really rethink that. I want to see how this preseason finishes out, and then I would really rethink that if he has done well in the preseason, and why not keep him around? But if Olise's release clause is not available, that don't seem too attractive to me, because Crystal Palace, you best believe, as soon as they see the name Chelsea, they'll be jumping up and down in excitement, wanting to slap 50, 60 million on that player immediately. And I just don't want to see that. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea tamed their Romeo Lavia interest slightly after being quoted north of 50 million for him. One source even said closer to 60 million. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, Orny has come up with a particular tweet earlier today saying Southampton have turned down opening offer from Liverpool for Romeo Lavia. Liverpool proposal thought to be worth around 37 million, rejected by Saints as they seek fee in region of 50 million. Personal terms for 19-year-old Belgium midfielder, not an issue. Look, we need to forget about Romeo Lavia. Liverpool are far deep into this situation. Some of you guys have been screaming out, get Lavia, get Lavia. Look, you need to forget. You need to forget immediately. None of this hijack business either. If we were keen, we would have been after this player, much like we were after, Ugarte. Looks like we're not extremely well. We are keen, but we're not so keen to pay 60 million for this particular player, or 50 or 60 million, and we shouldn't be. This is probably the right bid from Liverpool. 37 million is definitely the right bid for Romeo Lavia, who's only had one season in the Premier League, and he's 19, and he's coming from a particular club that has been relegated. Like, come on, man, have some shame with price tags these days. But yeah, let me know. Is Romeo Lavia worth 50 million or even 60 million? West Ham remain confident of securing a deal to sign Chelsea's Connor Gallagher, despite seeing an opening offer of 40 million rejected. Chelsea won 50 million, and there is optimism at the end of at the London Stadium that an agreement can be reached. Look, if we can get 50 million from West Ham, and why not? West Ham, you've got Declan Rice money. You've got money to burn. You're interested in West Ham. He'll fit in at West Ham. West Ham generally play a counter-attacking style. It's not necessarily that they play possession-based football, lovely possession. They generally do play counter-attacking football, and he'll fit in like a glove. So, a lot of Chelsea fans are like, wow, what's Chelsea doing? Like, why are you rejecting 40 million? Like, this guy is not even worth, look, he may not be worth 40 million for us, but there is value in Connor Gallagher from other teams that play in a certain manner that suits Connor Gallagher. So we have to make sure we get the right price for that. I still think 40 million probably was good enough offer, but if Chelsea can squeeze out 50 million, knowing that West Ham are cash, they've got a lot of cash hanging about off the back of Declan Rice's sell. Why not? Let's see how much you really want this guy. But I think this guy is now very close to leaving, which makes me think Chelsea probably have an indication that they're gonna be able to get Moses Caicedo, because it doesn't make sense to me to get rid of more midfielders if we don't know that something is happening. So on that note, Moses Caicedo really wants the move, so let's see how he will act in the next days. But I can guarantee the negotiations are going and that it's not over. I know Chelsea fans are getting impatient, but he wants to join Chelsea as his priority, and they are working on it. So look, I'm on a hunch, this is just my hunch, that Brighton 100 million. And maybe we're at a situation where we've probably just accepted the reality that's the only way we're going to get him. Perhaps we're looking to get rid of Connor Gallagher out first, bag that money, not, influx the midfield, because I think we're going to keep Santos and Cesare Casedi. We've got Enzo Fernandez, and then hopefully Moses Caicedo adds in, and that's 4 players in midfield. I think that's quite decent enough. We may add another one. Don't forget there are other players like Chukwuemeka who can also add in midfield, depending whether they go on a loan or not. Recently, Pochettino also said, someone like Nkunku could be part of the midfield too. He's versatile. Ian Martson could be inverted. Lewis Hall as well. So look, there are maybe other options as well, but the 4 is a good start. Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Santos, and Cesare Casedi, if that is the plan. But yeah, I do think this might be the go there. We're probably looking to get rid of Connor Gallagher, bag the money, and then perhaps pay 100 million for Caicedo. I don't like paying the 100 million, but we are at that situation now where we just need to get this done, right? New Chelsea signing Diego Moreira says he will be given first-team chances this season and believes Mauricio Pochettino is the perfect manager for his development. Coming from Nizar Kinsella. Look, I got no issues with him being given chances, but I don't understand why then Angelo Gabriel is not looked at the same, stance. Some people are saying that he, with Moreira, predominantly he's going to be in the under 21. So let's have a look at this. I have to grab my chances and give my best in every game and every minute that I play. The plan is for me to work hard and try to win my place in the team and play. Chelsea sold me the project and a plan, but I just wanted to join one of the biggest clubs in England and the world. Joining Chelsea was a feeling I can't explain. I just need to work to show I am ready. He will likely split his time over the coming months between the first team and under 21 squad and is relishing the opportunity to be coached by Pochettino. So look, I thought it probably would have made more sense to send him out on a loan to Strasbourg or whoever else, get proper game time on a week-to-week basis, and then come back to Chelsea Football Club next season, showcase what you can deliver. But maybe he's sticking around, and as it's been reported here by Nizar Kinsella, his time will be split between under 21s and the first team squad. So look, let's see if Pochettino can do something with him. For me, I would look to keep someone like Angelo Gabriel. Like he's been showing me some immense talent so far. Moreira, you can clearly see there is still some development that needs to happen. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much brings us till the end of this particular video. Mostly, let me know about Trevoh Chalobah, how you feel about that. That is the blockbuster news that's going on at the moment. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's get to 26,000 subscribers ASAP. Till next time, everyone. Take care and see ya.